Give me a minute and let's respond to Drogna99's comment here. Longtime supporter of the channel, friend of the channel, Drogna says, I don't know what to make of this, Peter, in response to the attack on the concert hall in Moscow. And the fact is, none of us do. We don't know what happened. We don't know if this is some new Russian terrorist organization, anti-Putin, and is trying to make a point. We don't know if this is some insurrectionist group that's looking to change the government inside of Russia. We don't know if this was Putin himself, that Putin ordered these attacks as he did the apartment bombings to start the Chechen wars, and that he's going to come out tomorrow and say, hey, look at the enemy that we're facing. They're here amongst us. We need a full mobilization. And this will be his excuse to do that. Maybe he even had political rivals that were in the hall there. And so to cover up their unaliving, he unalived a bunch of civilians and now will leverage this for his own ends. We don't know, and blame Ukraine for it too, by the way, of course. We don't know what's going on. But there are a couple of things we can watch for. If Putin comes out tomorrow and says, this is the cause of full mobilization, bang, the whole country is now at war. And there are some people saying that that was said today, that the country is at war, which would be a big change from the special military operation bullshit we've had to listen to for 2 years of the carpet bombing of the front line in Ukraine. I think here's how we might know something. If Putin comes out tomorrow and says that, it's entirely possible that it was him behind it. Just like the apartment complex bombings back in, when was that, like 98, 2000 time frame, something like that, right around the turn of the century. If it wasn't him, we'll know pretty soon, because there'll be more of these. That's how we'll know. There will definitely be more. You don't do something like, if it's somebody who's trying to take out the government, this is just phase one. We'll see a lot more of this. But if it was a false flag, if it was Putin, then likely he got what he needed out of it, and we will not see another one. Either way, it's not Ukraine, because Ukraine doesn't do this to civilians. This is not their modus operandi. This is not how they behave. This is how Russians behave. This is how Russians behave. Whether they're in the Kremlin or they're against the Kremlin. This attack was an attack on Russians by Russians. That much I think we do know.